Hello, this is Tola from Trifle British with another Blender quick tip, and in this quick tip, I'm going to introduce you guys to a new add-on called the Shader Library, and it's got some pretty unique features and unique shaders in it, which pretty much help it to stand out. Because I've used a lot of different shaders like Lily Pad and what's the other one that's called the Extreme PBR. This one is really unique, and I'm going to show you why. I'll leave a link of the add-on in the description below this video so you guys can download it, and it's free open source, which is great. But once you've downloaded it into Blender, it's only for Blender 2.9. I've tried it in 2.8 and the others, and it's kind of iffy, but it's made for 2.9 and above. And then once you've downloaded it into Blender, it's in the tool panel here, Shader Library. Just click on that and you'll see all the options here. And we're going to change our viewport here so we can see it in action. Let's change the viewport shading. Just click on that icon. This drop down menu, we're going to use the scene light so we can have something to reflect all the images off of or onto, which is the cube here. And let's get another environment texture here. Let me see. Let me click on this one. Alright, let's start. And once you've gone to the tab here, you can just click on the materials. It's got leather. Right now, at this point, since it's kind of somewhat new on the market, so to speak, there are not many shaders or options in it, but the ones that are in it are extremely useful. There's leather, there's brick, there's metallic, gold, silver, copper, sci-fi gold, which is really cool looking. There's the gemstones, and then there's stylized, which is clouds, ghost, hologram, neon, and stylized potion, which is interesting. Now let's start from the top, which is leather. I'm going to click on that, and it's pretty just straightforward. You click on an option which is leather. You can change the color here and click OK, and we'll see it change, and then it just opens up. You can see it actually comes with it looks like it comes with the normal maps built into it with the diffuse shader, because you can see the texture, it reacts to the lights. If you look at the top, and as we tilt this cube, you can see that the light, it interacts with the light in the surroundings. You can mess with the options here in this side menu. Let's click on that and let's make it a different color. You can make it lighter, blue, green, so that's there. Brick is also there. There's not many options for the brick. It's just got this kind of white tile looking pattern going, which is, it's not bad. But the real excitement and fun comes from the metals and also from the stylized shaders. So we're going to click on gold, click on that. You can set the roughness. You can turn this all the way glossy, which is 0, roughness, which is 1. We're going to turn it to glossy. Complete glossiness, we want that reflection in the cube. And let's click OK. You can see it's pretty good. This is an open source free add-on, and it does a really good job. You can change the parameters here, bring up the roughness a little bit to give it less of a shine. Do the same thing with the silver. Click on silver, set the roughness. Let's pull it down a little bit towards glossy. Click OK. And instant silver, it works in Eevee, works in cycles, and it does a really good job. The copper is the same thing. Now sci-fi gold stands out. I'm going to click on that so you guys can see what it does. Let's click on that and just look at that. That's something that's pretty impressive to me. I mean, it's something that if it was real, like physically real, I'd have this in my house. That's hands down, because it just looks, out of this world basically. Like I said, it looks like the normal map has been baked into it, because the little ridges in here, you can see it interacts with the light. And diamond is just basic. Click on that, just gives it a different color. Click on it, and the difference is that you can see in the reflection there's that kind of purple hue in there, Whereas with the gold and copper and silver, there was no hue, but because this is a diamond operator, a diamond shader, you can see the purple in the reflections. And clouds, click on that. But with clouds, it does bring up the clouds, but there aren't any parameters for it right now to actually, you can actually adjust to make the clouds thicker or give the clouds a different looking pattern or shape. It's just there by itself. And then you click on ghost. You have options here for ghosting. You can change the color. Let's turn it to red. The bottom one to green. Transparency, you can increase it or decrease it, and click OK. And you've got this really cool looking ghost. And the way it actually interacts when you move it around, that's pretty cool too. Hologram's also interesting. Let's change our colors to, let's say yellow and purple. And you can increase the size of the wireframe. So if your model has a wireframe, is the mesh or the base of your model, it brings that out so it can look like a hologram, I guess. So let's crank that up. Excuse me, click OK. And look at that. Like I said, it's just something that's really, really cool looking. Let's move it around. And then we've got neon and stylized potion. I'm going to click on stylized potion so you can see what it does, because it's a really cool effect. Click on that. And we're going to keep it at these colors. You can animate the shader and click OK. And you've got this. But watch the pattern as you click play. Since it's animated, you can set the frame duration also. But I'm going to click on play and look at the pattern. It's subtle. It looks like a lava lamp. You can see that the colors are slowly moving around inside of the cube. So that is pretty cool. Now this is cool that you can do this on a basic geometric shape, like a square or a circle or a sphere, I mean. But let's see what it does when it comes to like a human figure. Let's see what it does with that. And I want to really test it when it comes to the ghosting and the hologram. Those are the two that you would actually need to use on a human model. If you were doing a sci-fi flick or a thriller, turn your human model into a ghost, into a holographic image. So let me delete this cube. I'm going to go to File, and I'm going to import. Let me see, a wavefront object. Let me see. Let me click on this one. This is an old model that I had a while back that I downloaded from Character Creator iClone, so it's still useful. Okay, there it is. So 1. Let's pull this down. I was kind of messing around with it with some other add-ons, but let's click on that. I'm going to go to my shader tab here, and I'm going to click on the skin for the head. I'm going to click on ghost and let's see what happens. Let's give it like a kind of a cold kind of feel, which would be blue. Let me make that a light blue, and let's turn down the transparency and click OK. Wow, look at that. Look at the face. Let's do the same thing for the whole body actually. Let's go for the skin for the body and click on ghost, and the same parameters come up, the same things you had prior or still there. So we'll click on OK, and that's for the body. And let's do the arms, ghost, OK. Let's just stick with the upper part. Now this is something that would help a lot if you're creating a thriller and you're wanting to have spirits in your thriller, in your horror movie. You can just create a model and you don't have to worry about how are you going to turn it into a ghost, how are you going to make it transparent, how is it going to look. You don't have to go through that process with this add-on. Just click on the ghost tab and it becomes a ghost. And let's try a hologram too. Let's see how that looks with the holograms. Holograms usually like green looking or kind of bluish. We're going to go with green since we went with blue with the ghosting. Let's go to green with the hologram. Let's click on that color green and a lighter green. Okay, and let's probably increase the size of our wireframe because we want to see, maybe pull it down a little bit. Maybe you don't want to see the wireframe so much. And click OK. Let's go to the top part. I think that's the head. Hologram. Reset those back to green. A lighter green. Pull that down and click OK. Now that's cool. And let's go to the upper body. Hologram. OK. And let's do the arms to make it a complete, well, basically as complete as we can make it. Hologram, okay. And there. Yeah, so, and as you, and I believe as it's animated, you'll still have these shifting effects in the model as it's doing right now. So yeah, this is a really cool add-on. It's open source, it's free. It's got a limited amount of shaders. But the shaders that it does have, they're all pretty unique, except for the leather and the brick. But the others, the gold, silver, copper, sci-fi gold, that's really unique. The clouds, the ghosting, hologram, neon, stylized potion, all that stuff is unique. And it would, be a process to recreate those things in Blender by yourself from scratch. So yeah, this add-on is pretty useful, and I hope you guys like it. And like I said before, I'll leave a link of it in the description below this video, and so you can download it and try it out for yourself. And remember, it's only for 2.9 and above, and that's pretty much it. Not for 2.8 or 2.79, just 2.9 and above. So yeah, thank you guys who have subscribed, and those of you who will subscribe in the future. Thank you guys who have watched the video, and those who will watch in the future. And I will see you guys on the next one. All right, adios.